Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the Immortal Thor issue 10, 2023. This is a crazy looking cover and pretty much still kind of continues what's kind of going on, except we don't really see Thor taking on Scourge like this. There's another that he is fighting. So we start off. Cattle die, kindred die, we ourselves also die. But I know one thing that never dies, judgment on each one dead. The High Ones lay, the Elder Edis of Samland Sigvason. So, we had last seen that Thor was pretty much looking at what Roxanne had done to his story. This was the story of the Immortal Thor, whether he wanted it to be or not. The Odinson's fingers trembled, the paper slipping through them. He stumbled back from the cursed thing, understanding it now for what it was. Not a mere periodical, but an artifact, a thing of magic, and that's the thing you have to watch out for. A thing that could destroy him. Relax, bro, and make him anew. Go get some rest. I'll take over from here, as we see Roxanne Thor pretty much coming for him. It's like, oh god. And then we start seeing how Thor kind of tries to deal with this. And I kind of like this layout here with all these panels. Can't think. I can't think properly. What are you? I'm Thor, stupid. Duh. My own thoughts babble at me. Keep on thinking that. And we see that kind of stuff kind of going on with them. And the thing is, just as I'm going through with this, I kind of like how this kind of deals with almost kind of intrusive thoughts on Thor. And that this magical artifact is changing how he's thinking, and he's got these things that are popping up, like, keep on thinking that, these one-liners, how this kind of Roxanne Thor kind of thinks and whatnot. It's like, God, this is awful. And I understand that sometimes you're trying to do something and then... mainly, for me, that kind of happens with certain songs that kind of pop up out of nowhere. Now, granted, if it's a song that I've heard or listened to, like, recently, sure. But sometimes it's out of fucking nowhere, and I'm like, brain... why? And even it's confused, like, I have no fucking clue. It was in the deck, man. I have my gadgets, my Thor truck, my hammer, Mjolnir Premium, all Thor's cool stuff. You can keep it. Odin, help me. All I can think is banter. Yep. That's nuts. And what do you have? Nothing. No meaning, no substance. Or is there? Thor truck, keep on trucking. Find the meaning, Odinson. Keep it together. You're nothing. Nothing worth buying. Keep. You're the keep. Enchantress's fetch. Her familiar, the man of her dreams. Scourge was lost to a war, so she made a substitute. But the executioner is back now. So dear little keep needed a new persona, and the Roxanne Thor needed a physical form. Still, that's very good, Thor. You're so smart. It's like, wow, that's kind of interesting. I was not, I did not know about, like, this kind of keep and what it could do and that. And it's just like, oh, that works. I didn't know about that thing. I was like, all right. Isn't he smart, boys? I think that's my fault. A little too much parody in the writing style, and parody has to be knowing. I'll correct that for issue 2, Dario. No need to rush it. If Thor's smart enough to know that he's doomed, that's a plus. Play your games. I will win them. In the end, all you have is a false Thor holding a false Mjolnir. That's Mjolnir Premium. Sweet Jesus. As Thor then gets cracked out of there, just like smacked. So, damn. Well, that just happened. That's going to leave a mark. The keep. The keep was always strong, and now with this magic in him, how can I beat him? Without an original thought in my head, how can I... He's behind me, isn't he? Look at you. Out of style, out of date, out of touch, and clearly not a priority for the company. Whereas I'm a fresh new #1, a top seller pushed by a global brand. Go back to Asgard, your majesty. Sit on your throne. Make your proclamations. Grow fat in your retirement. You. Can't think beyond cliches, so use that. Embrace it. Don't think, Thunder God. Feel. It's like, yep, when you can't really think your way out of it, feel your way out of it. But it was kind of cool to learn about, like, the keep. It's like, oh god, how's he going to deal with this thing? I'm the Thor of this world now. The true son of Midgard. This pathetic plastic world. What did you say about my mother? And it's like, ah, shit, as he's getting ready. And he just frickin' thunder cracks his ass. I love that page. That just frickin' sells it. Whoa! Ah, Amora, help me! Oh dear, the keep is losing face. Is that going to be a problem? Certain assurances were made, Amora. Let her work, Minotaur. As we see that Scourge has Tormund. Little image, dance for me. Dance as a flame and burn for me, like all my lovers. And as you burn, be fuel, a secret fire, be power. As she burns the comic and sends the flame off to empower Rox and Thor. And fly to my creation. There, that will fix the keep in his Thor form by making him the locus of the spell, the focal point. And if Thor destroys the keep, can that break the spell? If he does, the Thor form is fixed fast. But Thor's the merciful sort, not the type to take a life in anger, even a half-life like the keeps. It's like, interesting, they do know that about him. Assuming some dark force hasn't addled his wits, of course, then all bets are off, and that's what they've done to him. It's like, ah, shit. Poor keep. But so it goes. Sometimes you have to make a few little sacrifices. And if it's better, it's better if those little sacrifices are the little people. Business is cutthroat at its core, after all, and somebody's got to be at the sharp end. So it goes, as we see Scourge lifting Tormod and going after Augur. It's like, ah, shit. And so it went. Time for round 2. You can feel it too, can't you? Be silent. Mistress came through. She's lent me power. Power that gives me the advantage between us. Ha! You see, I'm a clean, simple concept, and you're a mess. Look at all you have to be. A wise king, a kind brother, a noble hero. I just have to be strong. It's like, I'm glad that he lists all those. And yes, they are hard to juggle all at once, but they can all help strengthen each other and bolster each other. Like being a noble hero helps you to be, and being a kind brother helps and balances those out and helps you to become a wise king. I just have to be Thor, and I am Thor. I know you are. But what am I? Batter up. As he hits the premium one back at him. And it just funks the shit out of him. It's like, god damn. No, I am. And he just smashed it down in the pavement. Holy crap, is that Thor? Yes, I am. As he's trying to get back up. It's like, okie dokie. Then stand, Thor. Stand if you would bear the weight of my name as others have. And that's a fucking great line. And that's really the crux of it. The people that have wielded Thor's name, wielded Mjolnir, they've had to carry that weight. Stand as they did, with your hammer in your hand. Stand as they did and look death in the eye. Oh no, dude, I gotta get this on Rocks and Live. It's like, okie dokie. As predicted, he's making a spectacle of it. As we then see that Amora and Scourge have taken out Dario. It's like, god damn. Not the best plan, but I can't talk. I don't plan either. I just execute. What's our next step? It's my show from here, darling. The tricky part is restructuring mortal memories. But I only need to plant myself in a handful, to begin with at least. Most of the employees will just assume they missed the memo. Hello, this is Astrid Mora. Yes, the new vice president. I'm in Mr. Augur's office. No, Thor just left. Please, are security on their way out? Tell them to hurry. Something dreadful's happened. As she's pretty much calling them in to showcase what's going on with Augur. Is that fear in your voice, Thor? So stay back, I'm warning you. You are no double of me then, not even of proud Scourge. Our voices do not tremble so. Perhaps it is I who should warn you, Keep. Here, my warning shot. As he just... I kind of like how Mjolnir is presented there, as it's bursting with lightning, and then we see the black kind of shadowed that it does with his face. It's like, god damn. Whoa, this is brutal. You have your Mjolnir, I have mine. Mjolnir Premium. Feel its power now. Let's not say we did. That's not a hammer. Mjolnir to me. This is a hammer. As he stops Premium and calls Mjolnir to him and destroys it. It's like, damn. I am Thor, the canonical Thor. I am the officially licensed Thor, like hell. And as I said, others have taken my name, creature. Your use of it dishonors them. And that I will not stand. So let the world see the true form of the enchantress's puppet. Come, my great servant. Heed the words of thy true lord and liege. Don't. Too late to beg. As he then calls the lightning. And I like how it goes this way and then follows with almost the half page like that. Come, the storm. Come in thy full fury in the full measure of my power. For Thor Allfather gives you full permission to burn this pretender away. It's like, damn, be careful, Thor. You're kind of falling into the trap there. 'Tis done. Holy crap. Thor just killed Thor. Live on stream. Not so, my friend. This is the Keep, a being of magic who cannot truly die. See for yourself, for in another moment he will shed this disguise, any moment now. Yet still he lies, shaped as a mortal, and dead at my hand. Did I do that? My brain still buzzes with nonsense. I must ponder this on Asgard. It's like, yeah, you need to kind of fix that stuff, Thor. But with the false Thor's end, perhaps I can think enough to reclaim Tormod to me, as he calls the axe to him, and it comes. However, it comes in a pretty bad state. Did the murder weapon just fly out the window? Miss Astrid Moore, Vice President of Roxxon, made no reply, but she smiled out of sight as her plans bore their fruit, and the trap around Thor closed. It's not what it looks like as he's holding the bloodied axe there, as it says, getting the axe. It's like, shit. And then we get a teaser for the next issue. Odin Quest. So, the thing is, it seems like we're shifting from what's going on here. I think Thor will still have to deal with this, but next, Tyr had vanished, and there were whispers of cosmic forces at work. And so the children of Odin gathered in their father's name to search for one of their own. Regal Thor, fierce Angela, brave Balder, swift Hermod, quiet Honir, strong Vidar, cunning Loki, even Lausa, the youngest, all were there, and another beside. And another whose name they feared. This is the story of the Immortal Thor and the lost son of Odin. So, I enjoyed this because I liked that we learned more about how Amor was able to call forth this other Thor that they were dealing with, essentially creating their own kind of Golem Thor that was pretty much a Roxxon kind of just propaganda piece of crap. However, it has not lived the centuries that Thor has. Like, even though it's got all this messiness, he is able to utilize his powers, and even in his adult state, he is able to take down the Roxxon Thor. However, Amor has pretty much laid a very careful trap for him of pretty much making it look like he has killed Dario Augur, and that he has killed this other Thor in front of all of these people as well. We still have to see how Thor is going to be able to fix the kind of addledness of his brain. The thing is, with the destruction of the Keep Thor, it's probably affecting more of what's kind of going on with, like, Amora's spell. However, she seems to still have some kind of other spell locus going on, so Thor will have to deal with that at some point since he's still fuzzy brain. But it doesn't seem like we're going to get that kind of resolution up front. I was surprised that we had Dario Augur taken out like this. However, it's very befitting of what goes on with his character that someone else, because he is arrogant enough to think that nobody else would be able to do this shit to him, and somebody else does. So it looks like we're going to be taking a little break from this story as Thor and the rest of his siblings try and find their lost brother. So we'll have to see how this kind of affects certain kinds of things going forward. Maybe how the mortal world views Thor, what he's going to have to do to kind of clear up this mess. And the thing is, I'm interested in this story, but I'm also interested in them trying to find Tyr as well. So we'll have to see how that kind of gets balanced out. But I've been really enjoying this ride so far, and I can't wait to see what they're going to be doing next with all these things. I don't think we're going to have plot threads just left to rot or anything. We are going to deal with Utgard, we're going to deal with Gaia, we're going to deal with Amora and Scourge, we're going to deal with them trying to find Tyr. And how it all gets kind of wrapped together, that's the kind of magic and execution that I'm really looking forward to. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.